The purpose of this story is to enlighten us that depression does not always come the way we expect it to come. In other words, depression may not come outrightly with symptoms of low mood, reduced energy, hopelessness, and all that. Depression can come in a very subtle way that sometimes we may be tempted to miss the symptoms of depression. Now, there's this woman whom I will just tag Mrs. A. Mrs. A, it happened that Mrs. A had attended several other hospitals where she was managed for different ailments, especially for malaria. And she also told me that she had been managed for typhoid. So basically, she told me that she had been having malaria and typhoid, which had refused to go. So I ran a test, which of course, it also showed that she had malaria, but of course, there was no typhoid from the blood test, stool analysis, stool culture we did and all that. So I told this woman, well, we saw some traces of malaria parasites in your blood, but of course, we could not see any sign that she had a typhoid fever. But she insisted that she had what she called malaria and typhoid. This issue of malaria and typhoid is always very common among the populace, especially in Nigeria. However, the symptom that she complained about was more of having less energy. She didn't have strength. She wasn't eating, so she lost weight. And then she was also having problem or issues with her sleep. So because of these symptoms, she believed that she had malaria, which had refused to go. And severally in the past, malaria had been treated, typhoid had been treated. But on a second thought, I decided to go deeper to ask this woman certain questions concerning her personal life. It took a lot of time for me to realize that this woman has symptoms of depression. So along issues of appetite and weight loss, along issues of not sleeping well, and not eating enough, I also realized that this woman had low mood. And of course, there was also issues with her energy level. Now, I came up with the diagnosis of a major depression in this woman. I started her on treatment, and lo and behold, after about 2 weeks or more of treatment, she started regaining herself. She started becoming happier and happier. She started gaining her strength, and of course, her appetite improved, and the interest in being with her husband started coming back, and everything finally became normal.